Everybody is still somewhat in shock that Sony is pulling the trigger on using Knull so late in the development of the trilogy, but apparently he's not just going to be a one and done villain, and Venom The Last Dance is just the start to Knull's bigger picture in the Spider-Man world and how he's going to be appearing in other projects. So recent reports have suggested that Knull's debut in the upcoming Venom The Last Dance is not just a one and done thing, and that this is being positioned as the start of what I guess you could call a Knull arc in live action. And that despite the character obviously being positioned as the big bad in Venom 3 and behind multiple corners of this symbiote invasion and what's going on, again, that's just the start. And that this character is going to be used a lot more than what we're seeing here. Now, we don't have a report in regards to how, where, why, what's the point, where's he going to go next, but if I was a betting man, I would say Sony tries to shoehorn him into the MCU. Maybe Venom The Last Dance isn't actually the last one, or maybe that giant crossover film that Sony's still trying to develop with everything that they're working on could maybe be what Knull is sort of like the final boss of. But to me, it seems a little weird, because Knull is primarily all about the symbiotes, right? Like, he's a Venom villain. That's sort of the thing, right? So how exactly do you pivot him from this film not really being the central villain, I guess, and then keeping him alive for more? That inherently then makes this whole trilogy not end. Like, you have to make another one. And with a title like The Last Dance, that seems like a misdirection. So maybe Sony's pivoted. Maybe this isn't the final one. Maybe they're going to do what some people are speculating and saying is going to happen, that Venom ties into The Amazing Spider-Man, and then maybe the next film is, I don't know, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tom Hardy's Venom teaming up versus Knull. Like, that would be kind of cool, but again, like, how do you pull this off? How does Sony specifically pull this off? You know, that's what I'm trying to say. I am so iffy on this one, and again, nothing against Sony and Knull. You guys can tell I'm excited about this film. I like the second Venom film. I'm all right with the first one. Like, I find these films fun, disposable popcorn flicks, you know, which is what they're intended to be. So I'm a little concerned that they're trying to take on more than they can honestly handle, especially with a character like Knull, because Knull should have started to be built up in the second film, and then maybe have some presence there for the post-credit scene and then the third film. But so far he seems shoehorned in, just like the is this a multiverse MCU film or not, which Sony seems to be always trying to sort of imply.